The title of this session is Setting Goals and Putting Them into Action. Now that sounds pretty straightforward, but before we start, I just want to hear from you guys. Is there anything in particular you're expecting to get out of this training? Anything you're really wanting to learn about? Okay. Mark?
How do we set goals to make the lodge better?
Okay, how do we set goals to make lodge better?
Because I know that's what you guys wanted to ask, but we're just shy and afraid to raise your hands. I got you covered.
Now, in case any of you are a little, unsure or hesitant, if you want to raise your hand and answer a question or say your thought, I have some lovely Skittles, some lovely Dum-Dums, and some delicious Boy Scout popcorn for you guys. So if you guys talk it up, share your thoughts, answer questions, you'll get that. Please, I don't want this. This is for you.
Do I get popcorn then?
You can get a bag of Skittles, Mark. So in this session, I want to share with you Vince Vaughn's thoughts on setting goals. Can you just play it? Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a play button? There we go.
Yeah. Fine.
Do you really not have a goal in life?
I found that if you have a goal, that you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, then you are never disappointed. Tell you, it feels phenomenal.
What do you guys think about that? That's a really interesting way to think about it. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if he says it feels wonderful, then, I can trust him.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
I think if you have a reasonable goal, then you should encourage people to achieve it.
Okay, good. So he definitely has an interesting way of looking at it. I'm going to have to disagree with Vince Vaughn on this. And during this session, I'm going to explain why maybe his outlook isn't the best. So we're going to do that by reviewing what your lodge's picture of success is. We're then going to define a goal, talk about some tips and tricks to making effective goals, and then we're going to learn how to put them in action and understand how they play a part in Lowanne Nimat's success. So to get started, you remember earlier we talked about the order of the arrow, mission and purpose? Yes? No? The mission and purpose is our lodge's big picture of success. You could consider it our vision. That is our ultimate picture that we're trying to achieve. Everything we do, all of our fellowships, our deals, LLDs, every decision we make, everything we do is to ultimately achieve these two things. So could I have a volunteer just read what the Order of the Arrow mission is? Yes.
The mission of the Order of the Arrow is to fulfill its purpose as an integral part of the Boy Scouts of America through positive youth leadership and the guidance of select capable adults.
Good job. To fulfill its purpose. Someone want to read the first bullet of our purpose? Go ahead.
Recognize those who best exemplify the Scout oath and law in their daily lives, and through such recognition cause others to conduct themselves in a way that warrants similar recognition.
Good job. Next point. Go ahead.
Promote camping, responsible outdoor adventure, and environmental stewardship as essential components of every Scout's experience in the unit year-round and in summer.
Good job. Point number 3. Go ahead.
Develop leaders with willingness, character, spirit, and ability to advance the activities of the units of brotherhood, scouting, and ultimately our nation.
Good job. Woo! Last one.
Back here.
Go ahead.
Develop leaders with the willingness, character, spirit, and ability to advance the activities of their units, our brotherhood, scouting, and ultimately our nation. Good job. The Order of the Arrow mission and purpose are our bigger picture of success as a lodge. How many of you
agree with those words and would like to see that fully in effect every day as an order? Everyone's hand should be up, because does everyone want to achieve this? Yeah. And that is what makes you guys so awesome as a lodge. You all have that in common. All of you want to achieve this. You want to reach that. That is what you're striving for. So now, how do we do that? How do we make that happen? How do we reach and fulfill our mission and purpose? Yes?
Work as a team.
Work as a team. Good job. Talk about what we did before. By a show of hands, I'm sorry. How many of you want Lowanne Nimat to be truly excellent? If you could, how many of you would want your lodge to be the best lodge in the country? Good job. I'm glad you think that way. So one of the things that we have intact to help you guys achieve that is what's called Journey to Excellence. How many of you have heard of Journey to Excellence before, or have some vague idea of what it is? Okay, cool. Kyle and Kevin, could you pass out the score sheets? Basically, what Journey to Excellence is, it is a set of different standards and objectives of what would make a lodge excellent. And every year, lodges look at these different objectives and they try to do the best they can. And by fulfilling these different requirements, these objectives, by reaching them, your lodge will hypothetically be excellent. So what Kyle and Kevin are passing out right now is the score sheet for Journey to Excellence. It has all the different objectives on it, and we're just going to quickly run through them so you can all understand what they are.
Does anyone not have one?
So the first thing you'll notice, for each objective, there are 3 different levels of achievement. There's bronze, which is the most basic, the simplistic reaching of it. There's silver, which is bronze with a little bit more challenge to it. And then gold, which is really the most difficult, the hardest to achieve, to really push for. There are 5 categories. They're separated. The first one is finance. Then we have membership, program, council service, and then leadership and governance. So every year, lodges create goals. They set plans. And using this as your backbone, as your model, as your guide to creating those goals, allows you to create excellent goals and to become an excellent lodge. Now, the Journey to Excellence program, it's really exciting. It's really awesome. Because what happens is this entire program, the entire format, is set up for what's called continual improvement, constantly bettering yourself. So if in 2012 you got bronze for requirement 7, that next year you can say, we got bronze this year, but this year we're going to go for silver. We're going to improve over last year. And then you'll get silver, hopefully. And then next year you'll say, you know what? We've gotten bronze, we've gotten silver. Let's go for the gold. Let's really push ourselves. So as a lodge, when you're creating your goals for the year, trying to figure out what areas you want to work on, use this score sheet as a model. Use it as your guide. Look at the areas you've done strong with and say, wow, we're doing awesome with that. And then recognize those areas, those categories that you need improvement on. And then say, we need to focus on these 3 things. Let's come up with some really solid goals to improve ourselves over what we did last year. And then we'll work from there, and then improve, and then improve. Does that make sense? Do you guys have any questions about that? Yes? Yeah, sure thing. You only on one side? Sorry about that. Does everyone else's have two sides? Okay, cool. Yours is one side too?
Those are the two originals.
Oh, yeah, do it.
No, that's two-sided. You want to pass?
Oh, thank you. So let me ask you something. Realistically speaking, hypothetically, can you just get gold in every single category right now? Like right now, you can qualify for gold in everything. It'll take time though, right? Can you though? Is it possible? If you work yourself and build up to that, is it possible? Can you guys be a gold lodge? Can you guys be a gold lodge? Yeah. Can you guys be excellent? Yeah. Can you guys be excellent? Yeah. Do you guys like popcorn? Yeah. Who thinks you can be excellent?
I do.
I do.
Are you convinced?
Nope.
I'm not convinced. Who wants to be excellent? Oh. I'm not excellent at throwing. Excellent. So any questions about the Journey to Excellence program or how that works? Okay, cool. So now we're going to take some time and come up with a team vision. So I want everyone, do me a favor, close your eyes for a second. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just look at the ground. I just don't want you to talk to anyone next to you. I want you to imagine a time you went to an OA event in Lowanne Nimat Lodge and you had an awesome time. It could have been at a fellowship where you were having a great day. It could have been at your ordeal, going through the ordeal ceremony, and you had awesome ceremonialists. Sometime in your lodge that was truly excellent. Now I'm going to say something, and I want you to think about what immediately comes to your mind when I say this. Lowanne Nimat Lodge is the most excellent lodge in the entire country. This is why. Everyone had a chance to think about it? All right, cool. Now really quickly, what I want you guys to do, I want all the adults gathered around this table. I need all the youth to come over here in the center. I need you guys to huddle up and make a circle. Really quick, youth, come on. Everyone, adults around that table. Shoulder to shoulder. We got to fit everyone in here.
Thank you, man.
Come on, guys, quick, let's go. Candy's on the line. Excellence is on the line.
Mitch, you needed a microphone. You hit my friend in the face. And it was me.
All right, guys, in your groups, I want you to share what you thought about. Don't take too much time trying to think of the perfect words for what your thought was. Just share what immediately comes to mind when I said that. Go ahead, talk about it.
What? At the last Brotherhood Trail. We didn't hear you. The what? Not exactly.
I know what it is. The
There you like the
It's actually
What?
It makes the rules. This is what happens after lunch. People get lunch.
You need to come down and enjoy that.
It's just recording my voice for the video.
That's why you like the only you were. Boy, that's a servant leader for you right there. It's all about humility.
Conclave 2 years ago. So much fun.
When we come back together and they're keep going, guys. Keep going.
Like I
When we get back together and they're sharing their ideas, you just write it all on the board over that.
Take it down to you don't really like you guys.
You never gave me the full reason.
I see you guys doing ceremonialistic.
Never.
I see you guys. I see a lot of that.
Well, it is when we're reading the American flag.
Like you said, I know you said other ones, but I saw, and then I kind of all the way through down to the youngest guy.
He's gonna love that video. You can't
I saw levels of all of that, but as you become more involved, the experience, the knowledge, and skills are transferred. And I see you guys really smooth transition.
No, but they did make a song.
Who started in the circle?
What?
Who started in the circle? I know you guys are going around.
I don't know. All I remember is that we just sort of told our stories and random. And I think, we started with him after a couple of people went.
Cool.
I'd say my vision for you is to get to a point where you're having your full majority of that.
Beaver, not one day on project. We've got our answer.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good. Keep talking.
living the good
Keep
times.
sharing ideas. Keep talking.
You notice who's not participating?
Well, they're not getting candy.
They're the dark side. What are your thoughts out there? Well, he's just an observer. What about the young man who's Bill's loading all the photographs onto Facebook.
All the deals I've been to is either including that or just going through another world.
Who started in the circle? Okay, so it's almost done.
I am.
I like your post last.
Keep listening.
It was great. It's a good back to training class and watching Absolutely. It's wonderful.
Best day at work I've had my very long
Which is like very new experience. Can I go take a phone call real quick?
How important is that?
It's telling my grandmother how to pick me up.
You said you're.
Right after I volunteered on my street for communications, I was actually accepted.
Very nice.
My memory is my second conclave when I'm helping Tim try to pie Willis Farnsworth, pretending I'm scared of lightning and thunder, and then we this close to pieing Willis, but then he freaks out, and so we don't. So then I grab up the pie and I almost pied Kyle in the face after he's all washed up from the contest.
Almost.
He made tricks.
I would have to say, my ordeal when we would make music with everything all around us, we were bored. When we didn't do anything else.
That happened during my ordeals.
No? Who hasn't gone yet?
We all have.
Is that all right, go ahead, guys. Go ahead, sit down. Excellent work. Excellence.
Is it bacon ranch?
It's flavored excellence. All right, guys, let's bring it back together. Let's share a couple of ideas. What attributes to you guys being successful? What is part of your vision? We'll get to the adults in a second. Yes, Chris.
Getting all the people that are inactive in the Order of the Arrow back into the lodge, back to control.
Could you say that one more time, loud and proud, so everyone can hear?
Getting all the inactive people in the lodge back active and back into it.
Good job.
Hey.
Remember, sharing is caring. Who else? Go ahead.
There's a lot of people that go through the ordeals and never go through the brotherhood, so I'd like to see those people go through and actually finish it.
Okay.
Become members.
Good. What else?
People with good ideas of where they might want to go for their next OA things, like going to the winter banquet, somebody said, and then there was the fall fellowship and all those things. And giving them more ideas of what to do to get back into it.
So getting those people back involved, hearing what they want to make your events the best it could be for them.
Exactly.
Awesome. What else? What do you think? What would be success for you guys?
Being able to have for every single person to have a lot of fun at our activities, and then having an organized way.
Okay, having fun. I love that one. You get popcorn. Do you like popcorn? Go ahead. Anyone else?
Gonna need a microwave.
Yes.
Having everyone work as a team.
Working together as a team. I have a question for you guys. What lodge are you? Not convinced. What lodge are you? What lodge are you? Now, what is your totem? What is your totem? What totem is you? Red fox. Good job. Red fox. Thank you. Adults, I know you were talking about a lot of good things. Do you have anything to add onto your picture of success for Lowanne Nimat? Yes.
Brotherhood conversions.
Brotherhood conversion. Okay. Good. Yes.
Not being afraid of failure, because failure is a part of learning that leads to success.
I just felt inspired.
You're getting two, because that ties into what I'm going to say at the end. Good job. Anything else? Anybody? So I have a question. Does everybody agree with this and want this to happen?
Yes.
Does everybody agree with this and want this to happen?
Yes. I want Lowanne Nimat's name up in lights.
Lowanne Nimat, that is your vision. That is your picture of success. It's big. It's huge. You can't accomplish that in one day. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to get there?
One step at a time.
You're going to write what?
Back there.
You're going to set goals. Good. So now I want to play a game. The name of the game is, what are the people doing in this picture? So we'll start out with an easy one. What is he doing here?
Kicking a ball.
Yeah, he is kicking a ball. What does he want to do?
Make a goal.
He wants to score. He wants to get a point. Good job. Now let's try another one. What is he doing? What is he doing in the picture? He's having fun. He's jellyfishing. What does he want to do? He wants to catch a jellyfish. He is currently jellyfishing. He wants to catch a jellyfish. Okay, this next one, a little tougher. What is she doing in this picture? Hold on. What is she doing in this picture?
She wants people to remember her.
She's twerking. Now, what does she want? She wants to be wanted. She wants that public attention. Good job. Hold on. What is he doing in the picture? Hold on. Chris, say that again.
Getting people to tell them what day it is.
He wants somebody in the office to tell him what day it is.
Oh.
He's going around asking people, what day is it? What day is it? What day is it? He wants them to say that it's hump day. Because he wants to say hump day. All right, I have one more. What is he doing in this picture? So he wants to find out the noise the fox makes.
I think we should watch it again.
We'll watch it again later. So, the soccer player wanted to score. His goal was to score. SpongeBob wanted to catch a jellyfish. His goal was to catch a jellyfish. That weird dude dressed as a fox wanted to find out the noise a fox makes. His goal was to find out the noise a fox makes. So after doing this, what would you guys say is the definition of a goal?
Making a goal and going after it.
Do you use the word in definition? Yes.
Envisioning something that you really want and doing whatever you can to get to it.
Okay, so it's something you want. You're trying all of your effort to get there? Yes.
The goals are steps in a vision.
Ooh, good one. Yes.
The goal is pretty much a wish with a plan.
It's a wish with a plan. I like that. Good job. A goal is defined as the end towards which effort is directed. Do you guys have notebooks?
Yes.
You're going to want to write that down. That's really important. A goal is the end towards which effort is directed. A goal is that end result. It's something that you want. You have to want it. And you're putting all of your effort, all of your energy, all your resources to reaching that end, to achieving that goal. So when we begin this goal setting process, you want to ask yourselves 3 questions. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? And how are we going to get there? That question number 1, where are we now? That's where you currently stand. That's your current position. Where do we want to be? That's your vision. That is your big picture of success. For the climbers, it's getting to the tippy top of that mountain. And then how are we going to get there? Those are your goals. One goal at a time. So in order to make your goals really effective, I think a lot of you may know this from NYLT, you want your goals to be SMART goals. So to help explain this, we're going to watch a little video with some really intelligent people.
When setting goals, it's important to make sure that they're smart. Specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. Setting SMART goals will not only help your team focus, but they're also going to help you succeed. So let's start with the basics. What's your idea? What community need are you targeting?
I want to help homeless people.
Great, now let's set some SMART goals for this idea. First of all, is your goal specific? Is it detailed enough that anyone, even someone who isn't a part of your team, would know the next step?
I don't know.
Okay, well, how would you like to help the homeless?
I want to help them stay warm in the winter.
Good, that's better. Now how?
I guess like giving them sleeping bags.
Okay, the next step is measurement. How will you measure your success? How will you know when you have reached your goal?
What do you mean?
Think of a specific way to measure your impact.
I guess we'll measure by how many sleeping bags we give out.
Good, now set a specific number for your goal. How many sleeping bags would you like to give?
I don't know, 10,000.
Fine, now is this goal actionable? How will you get 10,000 sleeping bags? Are you going to buy them? Ask for donations? Think about the connections you already have and start from there.
We'll ask for donations.
From who? Businesses? Individuals?
Businesses.
Which businesses?
My buddy's dad owns a sporting goods store.
Okay, that's a start. Just remember that people are more willing to help you when you can offer them something in return. So
you have to know when you have accomplished the goal. Otherwise, you could just keep going and never know when you have reached it and been successful. Actionable. It has to be something you can do. You have to be able to break it down into a plan and work your way up to it. Relevant, realistic. It has to be related back. Because remember, we all want that, right? That is our picture of success. And we get there by doing these. If your goal doesn't relate back to your vision, why are you doing it in the first place? What's the point? And then lastly, it's got to be timely. You got to get it done on time. You have to know when it's got to be due, set dates, stuff like that. Does anyone have any questions about making SMART goals? Okay, cool. So a couple more tips in regards to setting goals. Set positive goals. Be positive in your wording. Be positive in your language. Don't say something like, well, we want to have a better fellowship attendance because, last year we really sucked. Be positive. Encourage yourself. Just work on improvement. Nothing negative. No putting down anyone or anything. Be positive with it. Be precise. Be specific, be clear. Don't have any vague or fuzzy parts of it. The entire thing, from start to finish, has to be clear as to what's happening. Set priorities. Write down goals, and then set performance goals, not outcome. So Kyle talked about backdating calendar, and I'll talk about that again, but that really helps, having priorities. This has to get done first, this has to get done next, that kind of stuff. If you have 3 goals, one of them is super important and needs to get done really soon, and then the other 2 are just not as important, not as weighty as that other one, which one do you say has the most priority? That important one, that one that has to get accomplished in this really tight time frame compared to the other ones that can get done afterwards. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So now, putting goals into action. I saw this video a little while back, and this is the best advice I can give to you guys for putting your goals into action.
Do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to be somebody they're proud of. We need leaders in America who can do it. If you want to become somebody, do it. If you want to go in business for yourself, do it. If you want to become financially...
Just skip forward a little bit. There you go.
Much talk in these United States. Everybody can talk a good game. We need people in America who can do it. I go all over this country with AOEs, and I have people say, Art, you can count on me. Wonderful. Just do it. Art, I guarantee this is my last stop. I'm going to win now. Super duper. Just do it. Art, if I can just have one good month to get the ball going, I know I can make it big. Super. Just do it. Art, if I can just pay off this debt, I can really go. Great. Just do it. Art, if I can just sell my house. Do it. But houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. Art, I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it, and do it, and do it. Art, I guarantee I'm going to win this contest. Super duper. Just do it.
Just do it.
Is this where Nike came from?
Just do it. It's the best I can give you. You're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of effort creating these goals, making sure they're specific, the wording is excellent, it's perfect. And then once you've done that, you have your goal written down, just do it. A lot of times, I've seen what happens is people take a lot of time, they'll sit down, they'll work together, they'll say, these are our goals, these are what we want to accomplish. Great. And then they put that paper aside and get caught in doing all the other stuff. And they forget about working on those goals. Keep your goals in the front of your mind all the time. Always work on achieving your goals. Don't forget about them. In a couple minutes, we're going to take some time to come up with goals. Don't forget about them. This year, really work hard to achieve those goals. So a couple more tips for putting goals into action. Follow through with your plan. If you're going to make a backdating calendar, that's awesome, and I encourage you guys to do it. Follow through with it. Try to stick to it. Stick to your plan. You don't just make it for fun. You're really trying to accomplish something. Communicate. Communicating is an important tool with accomplishing goals. But something to be careful about with communicating goals, don't just communicate your goals willy-nilly with people who don't really matter to what you're trying to accomplish. Only communicate your goals with those people that you know that are going to support you. With those people that you know share your vision. Those people that are going to help you along the journey. Because by telling them, I want to accomplish this. This is how I'm going to try to do it. They're going to say, hey, that's awesome. I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you. If you tell someone who really doesn't care, really just, whatever, they're going to say, well, that's great. Good for you. Have fun. It's not going to help you at all. It's not going to accomplish anything. Follow up. If you assign different tasks to people, I need you to get this done by this deadline. I need you to come up with this fellowship flyer. Follow up with them. Make sure they're actually doing what they need to do. And if they're not, reevaluate your plan. Say, if you can't get this done, we'll have someone else do it. But follow up with people. Don't just say, all right, make up this flyer in the next month. And then you don't talk to them for a month. And then at the next meeting, you say, where's the flyer? Oh, well, you didn't remind me. Follow up with people. Follow through with them. Make sure what you assign, what's trying to get happen, actually comes through. Evaluate yourself. We talked about it earlier with Journey to Excellence. You're going to have to evaluate yourself. Find out what works well, what doesn't work well. Change your plan a little bit. If you're trying something out and it doesn't work, that's okay. You just have to try something different. It's all about continual improvement and improving over your past. That's the whole point of Journey to Excellence. That's the whole point of setting goals and trying to reach our bigger picture of success over there on that board. And then Kyle talked about it earlier, but using backdating calendars can really help in having a solid plan.
The problem appears to be unsolvable. Maybe we could run some computer simulations.
There are too many variables, it would take forever.
I want to be missing something. Let's start again. The movie is playing here at 7:20, here at 7:20, here at 8:10, and here at 8:45.
Alright, these theaters have to be eliminated.
Why? They're state-of-the-art digital projection, 20-channel surround sound.
Yes, but they have no IC machines. Despite my aggressive letter writing campaign on my behalf.
What about the multiplex here? The seats are terrific.
They have Twizzlers instead of red vines. No amount of lumbar support can compensate for that.
Well, it's going to take at least an hour to eat, and I don't see a Sheldon-approved restaurant proximate to a Sheldon-approved theater.
We can eat off to the movie.
Done. Acceptable. The delayed result in tomorrow morning's bowel movement occurring at work.
Hang on. There's a 7-Eleven here. We smuggle Slurpees, which are essentially ices, in under our boats after having a pleasant meal either here, or here.
Oh, I don't see how we missed that. Excuse me, in what universe are Slurpees ices?
That's how we missed it.
Sheldon, would you be prepared on a non-presidential basis to create an emergency ad hoc Slurpee IC equivalency?
Oh, Leonard, you know I can't do that. Yeah, I guess we only have one option.
Yep, I don't see any way around it.
Bye, Sheldon.
See ya.
They're right, it was the only option.
You're going to come up with plans. You're going to come up with goals. Is everything going to go exactly the way you plan it to? Are you going to run into some problems, some conflicts, some very picky Sheldon Coopers in your time? But what do you have to do? What did they do? They had a problem, but what were they doing? Did they just say, oh well, we're not going?
Yeah, at the end. Oh no, wait,
They tried to work around it. They said, you know, what can we do? What different things can we try? This one? Can we do this one? And then they eventually said, all right, well, we're just going without you. But did he agree? Yeah, that's the best option for this team, for this goal. Life is not always going to go according to plan when you're setting goals. You're going to have to work around it. And what really matters, what makes the difference, is whether or not you make that effort to change. Whether you make that effort to problem solve and do all those different things. So really quickly, sum up what we talked about. What is the goal? Everybody?
Is the end which effort is directed.
A goal is the end towards which effort is directed. It's written on the board. Hey guys, what's a goal?
The goal is the end towards which effort is directed.
Good job. We make SMART goals. They're specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and timely. We learn tips and tricks to making good goals, how to put them into action. Just do it. Follow through. Use your plan. Work around it. Because ultimately, what are you guys trying to achieve?
Our goal. Vision.
Your vision. That is your big picture of success for Lowanne Nimat Lodge. And I know for a fact that all of you want that to happen. You've given up your weekend to come here, listen to us, get some quality training, meet new people. Because in the end of the day, all of you want Lowanne Nimat to be successful. All of you want to achieve that vision. Now, there's one point left I want to talk about with setting goals, and it's about never giving up. I don't know if I said this, but I teach coping climbing at summer camp for 3 years now. And this past summer, I had a really cool experience. We had a kid, his name was Devin. Devin was a good guy, he had a good heart, but he had this one thing about him. He was literally petrified of heights, of falling, of anything of that sort. Day one, we do simple fun games, get to know each other, have some fun. Have any of you played Willow in the Wind, where everyone gets in a circle and spots and you have one person go around like that? Well, we did that, and it's to build trust, and he couldn't do it. Because in order to do it, you have to lean your full body into someone. And he couldn't do it. He was just too scared of that fear of falling, of the heights and all of that. He couldn't do it. Like, he was petrified. So we went on the week, did all the different games. And then I got to the end of the week when we were doing the high course. Stuff 40 feet in the air. Being belayed by your team, these people you've worked with all week. And we have this challenge, it's called the Giant's Ladder. It's essentially a 40-foot ladder where each rung incrementally gets farther and farther apart. It starts, the first rung is from the floor to here, and then the next one is a little bit farther, till the top gap between the rungs is from my feet to where my hands are. And we send 2 people up at a time. They have to work together and help each other up. Now, Devin participated. He tried. He got up that first rung, up to here, no problem. His friend helped him up the second one, and he was standing there. He was frozen. He was shaking a little bit. We asked him, Devin, are you okay? What's going on? And, he started crying. And he wasn't like crying. He was like, there were waterfall of tears. Like, he was shaking out of control. Like, he was done. He couldn't do it. So we said, are you sure you want to come down? And he came down. And do you guys know what happened? He went off in the corner and just sat by himself for a little bit. And he felt terrible. So I went over, I talked to him. He said, Mitchell, I'm sorry, I failed. I couldn't do it. I didn't accomplish it. I failed. And I talked to him for a little bit. We took a break. He took a breather, relaxed. And then about 20 minutes later, he tried again. And this time he went up with me. And was he terrified? Yeah, he was out of his mind. He was freaking out. But do you know what we did? We took it one step at a time. We got up to that last one, then we took a long break. We said, let's take a breather. We're going to do it. And then we got up and got up and got up. I helped him, and he helped me stabilize it so I could get up by myself. And then you know what we did? We got to the top. This kid who was crying and shaking out of his mind on the second rung got 8 rungs up all the way to the top. Was he successful?
Yes.
Yes, he was successful. Would he have been successful if he had just stopped when he went and sat over in the corner? No, because he would have given up. Success is defined by you guys. You define what your success is. Failure is only when you give up completely. There's going to be times this year when you're working together as a lodge and you're going to feel like everything sucks. Everything's going bad. It's going to be hard. And what really matters is, if your plan's not going the way you want it to, if you cannot get up that next rung of the ladder because you're terrified out of your mind and you're scared, work through it. Ask people to help you. There are almost 35 people here? All of you care about the lodge. All of you want to help each other. If one of you needed help, would you be willing to help him?
Yes.
Yeah, you would. I think you would. And you did that today at the Wonderworks. People were going backwards blindfolded. What did you guys say? I hope he falls. That's going to be hilarious. No, I saw you guys actually helping each other. I saw you guys saying, all right, you're going to have to shift your feet up to the right a little bit. You're going to have to rotate. Hold on, pause. Let me help you through this. Failure is when you give up completely. That's when you fail. If you keep trying and you persist on your goals, you will be successful. Remember, guys, help each other out. Just do it and never give up. Do you guys have any questions about setting goals? All right, I think we're good. So I think now, Chris, your friendly neighborhood lodge chief, has some nice goals, some nice thoughts that he wants to accomplish this year. So go ahead, listen to Chris. He's going to share his ideas.
All right, so as the lodge chief, I set my own goals to, in my own personal way, try and better the lodge, and then to help you guys as a group, we can all better the lodge. So my personal goals is I wanted to get our vice chiefs, because our first LECs we were kind of spotty on who was there and who wasn't. Our communication was bad about it, and that's mostly my fault because I didn't really decide the date until last minute. So I want to try and get my vice chiefs and chairmans there to 90% of our meetings. And I also want to start a quarterly newsletter because that would also improve our communications. And then I could put the LEC dates, and then if I need to change them, it'd be easy, just call everybody. Or call my vice chiefs and then have them spread the word. And then what we can do as a lodge is I feel if we could get membership retention and bring it up so we don't have people just coming and taking their sashes and going. And if we could get that up by 25% at least, it's easy. And then we can get brotherhood conversion up 25%. And then we can go and we can get our silver and gold lodge awards. So let's make it happen, guys.
Okay, so now here comes the challenge to each one of you. You've just heard the chief articulate and share his goals with you. So easy assignment here, so everybody pull out a piece of paper and a pen, and you're going to spend the next, say, I don't know, how about Kevin, you take one group, Kyle, you take one group, Mitchell, you take another group, and Chief, you rotate between them, and then John, you'll take the for theirself this year, and with regards to the lodge, what you're going to do to help the lodge be successful. All right, so if you think about, how about, Chief, if we can write your goals up there on the board so that you can take a look at, again, the lodge's goals, the chief's goals, and then make your own personal goals. So whether it has to do with something new you want to do, if you're a committee chairman, if it has to do with your committee, or anything to do, one thing that you are going to do to make your lodge better. And then what we're going to do in about 30 minutes, we're going to gather back together, and everybody is going to share with us. You're going to turn in this piece of paper that your goal is written on. So you're writing the goal down, writing your name on it, you're going to turn it in, and actually it's going to be, we're going to make a trade because you're going to give that to the chief, and then I'm going to give you this patch that shows you completed this Lodge Leadership Development course today. All right, so it's a 1-for-1 deal. You're going to come up front, you're going to read your goal, you're going to turn it into the chief, and then the chief and the advisor are going to have those goals so that they can refer back to them during the year. All right, everybody clear on the assignment? Go ahead.
One more thing, guys. Kyle, Kevin, and myself right now, we're going to pass you out this paper. It's pretty much a summary of everything from that last session about setting goals. So if you forgot, it'll be right here. So use this as a model when you're setting your goals.
All right, so...